At Main Road, Manchester City against Chelsea. At Anfield, the Merseyside derby.
The scoreline from Anfield's a bit misleading. This wasn't quite the same old story. For a start, Liverpool were without Ian Rush and Steve McMahon, whose deputy Jan Molby fired Liverpool in front. Watson's header out lacked any great authority, and Molby's shot just nicked off David Speedy's heel to wrong foot Southall and co on the line. Everton didn't really deserve to be a goal down. McCall was energetic in midfield, Milligan neat and tidy, and there was Graham Sharp occupying a Lone Ranger position up front. He looked sharp too, but on that occasion, Grobbelaar was even sharper. Apart from the goal, Liverpool's only other goal-scoring opportunity brought a magnificent save from Neville Southall. Barnes striking well on the volley, and that was world-class from two world-class performers. No snow at Anfield, but Barnes well kitted out against the freezing cold. Southall preventing Everton going 2 down, which in the words of the late great Bill Shankly would have been a travesty of justice. 1-1 would have been a much fairer reflection on the balance of play in the first 45 minutes, and it came from that will-o'-the-wisp Pat Nevin. Previously denied a penalty, he survived a fairly realistic handball appeal to equalise seconds before half-time. Cruel blow for Liverpool just after the interval. A fierce but non-malicious clash between Whelan and Beagrie left Whelan hobbling with a broken bone in his shin. Out for a month at least, so he'll miss the crucial European Championship qualifier at Wembley. So with the crowd chanting for Peter Beardsley to come off the bench, Kenny Dalglish did the opposite and put on Jimmy Carter. Immediately, Speedy nodded in Jan Molby's free kick, 49 minutes gone. I think the secret of marking Speedy in these situations is to regard him as a big man. Sheedy, for example, wouldn't have picked up Ablett or Hussein, and Speedy can get up just as high as the likes of them. Liverpool went 3-1 in front 3 minutes later, and that really came as a psychological blow to Everton, who'd matched the champions in just about every department. David Burrows took some convincing afterwards that it was Speedy's goal, but it clearly was. Everton's last line of defence looked to have it covered until Speedy stuck out a toe. It all happened much too fast for Everton. They still had their chances though, but the commitment so apparent for almost an hour wasn't quite as intense. Sharp going close right near the end. Would have gone in actually, but for the slightest of deflections off Steve Nicholls' knee. Then Stuart McCall nearly scored. A frantic finish, but it really was more of a hard luck story for Everton than the same old story. They meet again next week, of course, in the FA Cup. Nothing for Everton to fear, except perhaps the return of McMahon and Rush.